The Disney Golden Age is looked upon fondly for being an extremely influential and experimental era of animation. In this era, we saw the first feature-length animated film released, that being of Snow White. Today we're going to take a look at every single animated feature-length film released during the Golden Age and rank them. Of course, the rankings will be from my own personal opinions, and you're completely valid to have your own, and I encourage you to leave them in the comments down below so we can further discussion. Coming in last place for my personal list is Fantasia. Fantasia was the original hipster bait. It was viewed as pretentious then and is still pretentious now. Not to say it's totally without its value, as it accomplished a great achievement by managing to make dinosaurs boring. To make it through the entirety of Fantasia, I had to pry my eyes open and watch it in multiple sittings. Although the focus here is completely on the music, I believe that the music is far less to what was previously seen in Snow White and Pinocchio. I found Fantasia extremely boring and difficult to get to. I understand what they were going for by not having any sound effects and relying completely on the instruments, but I don't think it worked. Although many people view Fantasia as an underrated masterpiece, I personally think it's the worst of the Golden Age Disney movies. Next up we have Dumbo, which would have been the worst ranked Disney movie of the Golden Age if it weren't for Fantasia, as Fantasia is more of a musical experience than a movie. Dumbo is an extremely depressing and sad tale. It doesn't have a happy ending. By the end of the movie, he's still in the circus. The colors itself in the movie are dull and muted. One redeeming quality the movie does have is the mouse companion of Dumbo. He was entertaining and enjoyable. Next we have Bambi, which was the first movie on this list that I enjoyed watching. It definitely has the nicest animation out of all the Golden Age Disney movies. All the characters in the movie are quite likable. One thing I noticed upon watching the movie is that Flower's name isn't Flower. Bambi has gaslighted Flower into allowing him to be called that. Similarly to how Michael Morbius gaslights Lucian Crown into be calling Milo Morbius. The reasons for Bambi placing less than the other movies that will follow it up are because the story is all over the place, and although I do like the seasons aspect of the movie, it does tend to be a bit confusing of where the narrative is going. In second place, I had the first Disney animated movie, that being of Snow White. Overall, I think Snow White is an extremely solid animated movie and is aged quite well. The prince's face, however, is quite creepy to look at. When Snow White originally released in 1937, it made $3 million, which at the time made it the highest grossing movie of all time. In first place, in what I deem to be the best Golden Age Disney movie, is Pinocchio. Making this video was my first time ever watching Pinocchio, and I was surprised by the quality of both storytelling and animation for the time. Jiminy Cricket and the Fox were both enjoyable characters. What does this line make you think?
I takes him to Pleasure Island. Pleasure Island. Pleasure Island? But the law!
Overall, the Disney Golden Age is definitely one that I look back upon fondly, although I was definitely not alive during its conception. I've heavily enjoyed going back and watching the movies now. It was a big financial risk when it was originally made, but it has definitely left an impact on modern animation and film.